2,000 years ago, a man who could have anything wrote about having nothing. No complaints, no demands. Just quiet notes to himself on how to stay human under pressure. His name was Marcus Aurelius. He was emperor of Rome, the most powerful person alive. And the thing that kept him up at night wasn't war or politics or power. It was something far more familiar. How do you stay steady when the world refuses to behave? That question is 2,000 years old, and it's the same question many of us are still trying to answer today. Now, I want you to picture a surfer, someone who goes out early on weekends, before the world wakes up, because something about the water clears their head. Here's what nobody tells you about surfing. You cannot practice the wave. You can practice your balance. You can practice your breathing. You can learn to read the water. But the wave itself, its height, its timing, the way it breaks, that is entirely outside your control. The ocean does not negotiate. What every surfer learns, sooner or later, is this. The ones who wipe out the hardest aren't always the ones who faced the biggest waves. They're often the ones who fought the wave, who tensed up, who tried to force it into a shape they were ready for. The surfers who last, the ones who make it look almost effortless. They've made a quiet peace with something most of us spend our whole lives resisting. They cannot control what the ocean sends. They can only control how they meet it. Marcus Aurelius, writing 2,000 years ago, put it this way. He said the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Dancing, you know the steps ahead of time. The music starts. You know what comes next. It's choreographed. It's controlled. Wrestling is different. You don't know where the next move comes from. You don't know when you'll be pushed. You can't rehearse every moment. You just have to stay balanced, stay grounded, and meet what comes. Most of us, if we're honest, try to live like dancers. We make the plan. We expect the rhythm, and when life moves differently, we experience it as betrayal, as failure, as proof of something. But Marcus was saying, life has never been a dance. It has always been a wrestle, and the people who move through it with some kind of grace, they're not the ones who avoided the hard falls. They're the ones who stopped being shocked by them. And then he said something even more interesting. He said every circumstance is raw material. Whatever arrives today, the good, the unwanted, the completely unexpected, is the material from which something can be built. A surfer doesn't paddle out hoping for a perfect ocean. They paddle out and work with whatever the ocean gives them that morning. Some days it's glassy and generous. Some days it's choppy and cold, and nothing comes together. But they're out there either way, because waiting for the perfect conditions is how you never surf at all. We live in a world that is more unpredictable than any of us expected. Industries are shifting under our feet. Relationships change shape. The thing we worked toward for years sometimes quietly becomes obsolete. The goalposts move, often without warning and often without apology. And the instinct, the very human instinct, is to control more, to plan more tightly, to build a life with no surprises. But here's what 2,000 years of human thought has gently kept saying back to us. You can't control what the ocean sends. You can only control how you stand when it arrives. Your peace of mind does not depend on what happens to you. It depends on how your mind meets what happens. That's not resignation. It's not giving up. It's actually the most precise kind of power there is, because the external world, the markets, the politics, the people, the timing, none of that was ever fully yours to hold. But the response, the interpretation, the choice about what you build from what you've been given, that has always been yours. Marcus Aurelius kept writing every morning until the end, not because life got easier. His empire was under constant threat. His family brought him grief. His body was failing. He kept writing because he understood something. That the practice of meeting life clearly, calmly, and without flinching, that wasn't something you achieved once. It was something you chose, again, every single morning. The ocean isn't going to calm down, but you can learn to read the water.